Wake up. Ready for some spiritual manna? But let's do it for... At least I have it. Ooh, hello and welcome to the Good Info Cafe, where multiple intelligences meet each day. I'm JK. Hey, today as it is in heaven, as it is in heaven, as it is today. So good to be with you. I got some halva. Sesame seed based halva. I first had some, so get your food so we can break bread today. And I've had some, I think first at the New York Bagel Factory on State Street in Santa Barbara, California, where I worked, and then in Istanbul and in Bosnia and in Malta, the island of Malta, when I was there. So mostly got this in those countries and overseas. So we're going to have this today. I love it. It's delicious. Chocolate and sesame seed. Oh, and I haven't had it in a while, but I haven't had a scratchy eye. So, awesome. Great to be with you guys. I sang my song with my dad today. No man, no madness, though their sad power may prevail, can possess, conquer my country's heart, they rise to fail. Oh yeah, so I'm going to talk about what's on the agenda. It's all mishmash. It's also later today. So I can commit to Sundays and Wednesdays, but before I was uploading it between 4 and 6, or saying that I could do that most of the time. Now it will just be sometime on Sunday, sometimes on Wednesday with the new schedule. Really cool story. Let's see. So what I did, music, and what do I say? Here's the menu for today at the Good Info Cafe. Let's see what I can get to and say. So Joe Rogan, story about Joe Rogan in the context, and then Auzgie, a new word. That's how we're thinking about spelling it. Auzgie. That now thousands of people know about it, and it's still, the definition hasn't been finished, and I have brought it up in my channel, so some of you have seen it before. And I'm sorry. So love your enemies. I plan to get to Revelation, honoring Jenny, a new direction, or to continue the direction that I talked about with I am a follower of Yeshua, Isho, Jesus the Christ, Jesus the Messiah. He's the role model. He's my Savior. He's the one. My duet with my dad, I was going to record it, but I didn't get to bed until 5 o'clock last night. And so I got up at 7:30, so 2.5 hours of sleep, and then again at 8:30. And then, so I fell back asleep around 7:30, and then back at 8:30, and then went to church and sang Anthem, which is a song about love of country. So it was in anticipation of the 4th of July, and it's just ironic that in the musical Chess, which is the two ABBA guys, they did the music, and then Tim Rice from Jesus Christ Superstar, he's a lyricist for the musical Chess. The best not so well-known music of any musical, I think. Incredible music and lyrics, and Whitney Houston did do a song, had a minor hit from Chess, and then One Night in Bangkok was one of the songs that most of the other music is not like that. They were doing the pop song to get attention for the musical, and I don't think it went too far, but the song called Anthem, it's actually the character, the Russian guy, is singing the song. No man, no madness, though their sad power may prevail, can possess, conquer my country's heart. They rise to fail. All the control freaks rise to fail, while the person, an everyday person, can love their country, and it doesn't matter what the dum-dums do. And I have defined dum-dums. That's anyone who does things that aren't maintaining the good or improving things, making things better. And you can be super smart, so the multiple intelligences, you can have one of those intelligences, a lot of those intelligences. And if what you're doing is not helping the world or helping maintain the good, then you're a dum-dum. So when I say dum-dum, it means that. And usually control freaks are dum-dums because their need to control things make them dumb. They do stupid things, more emotional kind of things, kind of tantrum things. There's so many people in positions of power that have tantrums, that are like immature toddlers, and some toddlers are more mature than a lot of the leadership around the world. Oh, heaven! I think I might have to run and get that one, or maybe I'll show it next time. It's a book that I'm reading, and I'm just starting it. And then Raleigh Flynn, the show, Showtime show or HBO show, Homeland, and I did mention this before. The character or a combination of the characters are based on Raleigh Flynn. I sing with her at church. We're gonna look to see about her doing an interview or visiting at the Good Info Cafe. I'd rather have discussion and music, and I'm looking for a song to do with her. Either most likely one of my originals, where she can do harmony, and or a public domain song. It's just easier to deal with YouTube, boob tube. That's what my mother used to call the television, the boob tube, a bunch of boobs, boob dum-dums. She knew that it created people not being as smart if they watch too much TV. So that's it for that's the agenda. So what did I want? Oh yeah, so Joe Rogan. Oh, I don't even have any. Oh my God. I think I might have to take a little walk because I want to show that. So I'll talk. So I was the chauffeur last night for Joe Rogan and for a concert, a comedy show that he did in. I'm still here. I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow, beeping and bopping on a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon shadow. That's me when I was little. Beeping and hopping on a moon shadow. Oh yeah, and I'll get the book too. So I'm so glad to be with you guys, you regular visitors. All right, so the question of the day, while I'm getting this stuff ready, is please in the comments tell me one thing or a few things that you want me to keep doing at the Good Info Cafe, and then anything that needs improvement or change that you prefer. I'm always listening to the comments and using that to develop this channel. But specifically, if you can make comments, one thing or a few that you really like about the Good Info Cafe, keep doing such and such. And then one thing or a few things that need improvement, need changing, aren't good. And then the grade and priority rating is the Women's World Cup production values, or the production of the Women's World Cup, and I'm giving it an A. The production is television production, part of it, and FIFA with the coming out, holding hands of the kids. I know they've been doing that for a long time, and the message of trying to spread a good message. It's fantastic. It's so well done. So I'm giving it an A, even towards an A+. When the television experience, the experience of watching the games, and so that is what FIFA has done for the format for what happens on the field, and then the way they produce it in the studio. So, and it's Fox Sports, so they're doing a great job. All right, so there I was. So this is at 3:30 last night. And that's why I was up so late last night, so I dropped him off. The best tipper I've ever experienced. And then I found out that he is a great tipper. Other people have talked about what an incredible tipper he is. So, for those who much has been given, much is expected, and he's stepping to the plate on helping the service employees, service people like me. So it was a concert in Baltimore, and he had 2 other comedians with him, and it was hilarious. I saw the show. And the last time I was at the Baltimore Civic Center, which is now the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore. It's been there since the early 60s. I was there in the early 70s to see Emerson, Lake and Palmer. When they had quads, my friend that I texted, it was with me at that concert when we were 14. My 2 friends, and one of the friends' parents came with us. The person who was the Marine vet for the National Aquarium, and he just retired from that in Baltimore. He helped start the National Aquarium 25 plus years ago. And his parents were our chaperones. I remembered it was his mother, but my other friend said it was both his parents, came and chaperoned us. And they had the speakers in the front and the speakers behind, so it was quad sound. So Keith Emerson on his keyboard, may God rest his soul. I think he committed suicide. His hands weren't working anymore. It's a sad story, Keith Emerson from Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And then I was in the back and saw an ELP backstage pass. The guy had all the passes and all the tickets from over the years. And it turns out he was there at that concert when he was 15 years old, that you could be 15 back in the early 70s and work. So it was really cool, great experience. And Joe Rogan is a super nice guy. And, I stayed professional and left him alone, just made comments here and there when they, engaged. But it was them getting ready for the show and doing their show. And so, I want to just say, Joe Rogan, nice guy. He does so the concert. Woo! So this channel is going to be more of the followers of Jesus and end times and Book of Revelation and prophecy and that kind of thing. So the daily news and how it's affected prophecy and what prophecies have already come true, like the regathering of the Jews from around the world back in 1948, all those kind of things. And that's the direction it's going to go. So really, what John and George are doing for the 3-hour tour, the Gibson Island tour and all that, that's John and Mark and George, and that's fine. I'll see how they're going with that, but I don't plan to be on the boat, and I don't even know about the Thursday night thing. We'll have to play that by ear for information literacy, but where was I? I don't know. So it was an incredible tip, made it really worth it because it was a long night. But it was my job. I was working. It's a job. But he just made it so much nicer by giving such a great tip. All right, so here's the book. And then we'll do the... I'm on a lazy Susan here. Are you getting dizzy? I'm being followed by a moon shadow. Moon shadow, moon shadow. Leaping and hopping, I don't know all the lyrics. Do, 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 do. And if I ever lose my hands, or lose my feet, or I don't know, understand all the words, and if I ever lose my Scooby, no way, I won't have to cry no more. And also, singing with my dad, I want to say how blessed I am that he's still around. Born right after the Depression, 1933, and he can still sing. I wish I had recorded it, but I was so out of it. I just was focused on Jesus, stay with me here, please. And it went really well. I wish I'd recorded it. It went really well. So here's a book that I'd like you guys to give feedback on also. and I just started it, so I don't have I'll give it a grade when I finish it, but so far so good. Very much more of a thicker book and not easy read necessarily, and more academic, and 25 years of research for Randy Alcorn, and what I've seen on YouTube videos with him, so far so good. Biblically based roadmap to get to heaven, based on the Bible, biblically based, and he quotes all the scriptures, etc. So where are we? Okay, so the World Cup, I gave it an A towards A plus. The production of the Women's World Cup that's in France. Go USA. I didn't predict right. There was an upset. I picked Italy as the upsetting Netherlands, and Italy lost. And then I picked Germany, but it was Sweden that was the upset. So sorry about that. The person I was giving my feedback to about who might win or whatever. So in terms of the priority is for the survival of life. And where does the Women's World Cup? Well, that's not on a super high priority, but I could put it in the category of a world event that overall is a positive and deals with the competitive instincts of humans in a way that when the game's over, they hug, they shake hands. And so overall, it's a good model for how to deal with competitive instincts. So I'll put it in the top 20 at this point. So where was I? I'm just going to do this, but I'm going to have to turn the page. So, because I haven't done this one in a while. Tune to A432. Love your enemy, even if you have to kill them. Ruling control freaks don't care a damn about you. Unite the fight, left to right, LGBTS and black to white. The great awakening worldwide. Strap on in for a wild ride. Where is God? What have they done to your creation? Oh, my Lord, you said you buy a soul. Hate can be a good thing if you're hating something bad. Evil is something bad to hate. In your say, yeah. Unite the fight, left to right. Let the scales fall from your eyes. Watch out for the thought police. They'll enslave your mind and what you're meant to be. Where is God? What have they done to your creation? Oh, my Lord, you said to buy a soul. Unite the fight, calling all sinners seeking good. We the people worldwide, brother and sisterhood. Non-violence is our default and our implement. Last resort, kill in defense of the innocent. For social engineers and the treasonous among us, ease show grace helps the lost souls and their selfishness. Energy, weapons, and drugs propel power and pleasure. Government pay to play, stealing our treasure. Pakistani mystery man, terabytes of Pakistan. Firegate the musical, human trafficking. Opioid meds, bioweapons, dirty vaccines, weaponized algorithms, organ harvesting. Deep state, VIS, parasitic cultocrats, psychotropics, ruling class, power drunk bureaucrats. Diva means anti-First Amendment. A worldwide civil war is their commandment. Confused by the fake news blues. So trust what? Trust your good mind, heart, soul, and gut. Losers censor free speech, such cowardly shills. Climate always changes, but pollution kills. Kind your eyes wide, then make your friends leave your side. To medicate, yay, and keep the better plan away. In the info war, the PR media whores peddle smut. Matrix robot NPCs trading on the scuttlebutt. Where's good, reliable info, not idiocracy? Behold, right action, information literacy. Change is unchanging, awake or asleep. 70, 10, 10, 10, individuality and unity. From Ellsberg to Jones, this ain't no fun. Nuclear bomb kick, blocking the sun. War is profitable for the scum, whom we outnumber 100 to 1. It is our right, it is our duty. Rising liberty needs no leaven to throw off the tyrants on earth as it is in heaven. We, the people worldwide, withdraw our consent. Failure of our leaders in and out of government. Heaven or hell, what will it be? Caught between eternities, best on bended knees. This ain't no revolution, it is revelation. We won't take the mark of the beast, abomination of desolation. Climate, China's social credit score, Skynet even stupider. Try and replace God since Lucifer. Stay awake, feel the resonance, ride the wave. All the answers already exist, you're not their slave. The God you are waiting for is waiting for you. Love the Spirit holy, info or survival. Feel the good energy, unite the fight, feel God's wrath. Technocrat psychos in our path. 1776 worldwide, eye on the prize and enjoy the ride. Where is God? What have they done to your creation? Oh, my Lord, you said to buy a sword. Love your enemies, even when it's kill or be killed. Love your enemies, even when it's kill or be killed, etc. So, if that song, any of the lyrics aren't biblical, let me know. I want my channel to be biblically based. I know there's some other things I want to say. So Auzgie is, so I'm going to develop it. It's humble. People who are humble, but it's contextual. If you do something you embarrass yourself, you can be an Auzgie. But you can't be a control freak and be an Auzgie. You have to be humble to be an Auzgie. So the meek shall inherit the earth, the humble shall inherit the earth. The Augies, that's really close to that. So, all right, I think that's about it. Oh yeah, and I'm a spontaneous singer, or I prefer being a spontaneous singer in contrast with being the stage and you're about to perform at this time. I really like the spontaneous singer. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. Get out your food, breaking bread. And I know it's summertime and people aren't necessarily watching as many of the videos, but I really value your feedback in terms of the channel, and I love the regulars who come here. And so as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking of so and so and so and so and so and so who always is here, and I will mention names at some point. And then thinking about their personality, meaning the multiple intelligences, because it's really their thoughts that meets here, because I see the comments. And there's two of you that I've talked to live over the phone, Brent and Sean. And I can talk to others too, and I just wipe that on my pants. Full disclosure. So here we go. Breaking bread. And yeah, so. I think that's it. So far, I think that's it. So far, I think that's it. Goodbye. For Brent, who used to play a horn instrument, I think, air. Are we in, and this is for you, Task Force Jenny, I'm always talking about the book of Revelation, and that's the first book that introduced you to Christianity. And actually Jesus was always Jewish and still is, so he's the Jewish Messiah, the promised Messiah. Are we in the end of an age? Yes, we're in the end of an age. Are we in end times?